Hey, Wayne here with a brand new bike from Ride1Up called the Turris. Let's check it out now. Oh, I knew it was going to happen eventually. Okay, when installing that front tire, you're going to want to line up this disc here with the pad. So put it right there in between the pads. Don't know if you can see that or not, but I'm lining it up, putting it in, and fitting the front of the tire in between the forks. Okay, so now that everything is in, I'm going to take this skewer, this quick release skewer, I'm going to take that apart, take the spring off, slide it through, and on the other side, I'm going to put the spring on first, and put that nut back on. Tighten it up. Make sure the wheel is centered. And yeah, that is pretty tight. One of the tricks to getting these hydraulic brakes and everything lined up with the disc is once you have the tire put in there, just squeeze your brakes. It should fall like right into place. Tighten it up. Top and bottom. Let go. Yeah, nice and quiet. Your brakes are lined up good. Tighten everything down. Okay, so we're going to put the pedals on. You're going to need a 15mm wrench, and there is a right and a left, of course. The right side goes clockwise, and the left side goes counterclockwise. So make sure you get that right, or you'll be trying to put that on forever on the other side. Put it on. Okay, now to the other side. Okay, so these tires come completely flat. I see on the side of the tire here it says max PSI 50, so I'm going to go about 45. And after that, I think all I have to do is put the front light, the fender on, and maybe a few small adjustments. So let's get going. By the way, I always use one of these portable air compressors for my tires. If this is something you think you might want, I'll have links down below so you can check that out. Okay, let's get this front fender and light installed. And take your fender, slide it in here, take the light, do the same thing right behind it. Fit this bolt they send you, the screw that they include, feed it through. So I think it's a good idea to raise that fender up a bit while you're putting this on to make sure it's not resting on the tire. You don't want it to rest on the tire while you're riding, so raise that up a little bit, line everything up, tighten it up. And then move down to the bottom here. Okay, so on each side you're going to have this other screw here. You're going to take one out of each side. Place it through. Now, it's not long enough, doesn't reach. So what you're going to have to do is loosen this part here. You're going to need another wrench, Allen key. loosen this up, pull this out a bit so it reaches. Just kind of tighten it a little bit. You're going to have to do it again later. Line this up, feed it in, screw it down. Yeah, and then make adjustments with this before you tighten it up. And you may have to adjust a few times to get the other side right. Okay, so the rear reflector, you're basically going to find this in two parts, and you're going to take this screw that they give you, fit that little tab in that hole there, and then screw this together. Make it nice and tight. Then you're going to remove this screw here. Careful, because there is a nut on the other side, and you'll need to hold it in place. You don't want to lose that. You're going to take this and just kind of open it up, fit it around, and screw it back in. All the time keeping your finger over the other side. Put it about where you want it. Tighten it up. And your rear reflector is on. Now I'm not going to mount the front reflector because there is already a reflector on the front light. So I don't feel that I actually need that. So I'm going to leave that one off. You can put it on if you want. It's not a bad idea. The more the better, but I'm going to leave mine off. And here's the brand new Turris e-bike from Ride1Up. The Turris is a Class 3 e-bike that can reach speeds up to 28 miles per hour with pedal assist. Throttle, it'll max out at 20 miles per hour. At the time of this video, the Turris sells for only $12.95. The tires are 27.5 by 2.4 inch wide tires, and they're made by Kenda. Thinner than a lot of the 4-inch wide tires that are coming on the fat tire bikes. So it's a little easier to ride on the road, and they are also knobby, so you can get away with a little bit of light off-roading. It has a Shimano RD Altus derailleur, a 46T Pro Wheel alloy chainring. It's also equipped with a great-looking blacked-out fork that can be locked out for street riding and also has a preload knob. I don't know if the seat has gel or a lot of foam in it, but it's actually pretty comfortable. Up by the handlebar, the Turris has a nice looking chromed out badge that says 1UP and also says that it's a Class 3 e-bike. It has Zoom hydraulic brakes with 180 millimeter rotors. The motor is a 750 watt 48 volt rear hub motor and comes equipped with a 48 volt 12.8 amp hour battery. There's some painted on information that says that it's a model Turris XR along with the year 2023, and it also shows it has 60 Newton meters of torque and that it was designed in California. It has an integrated front light that you can turn on and off through the controller on the handlebar. And this takes us to a pretty standard and uncluttered handlebar. On the left you have a brake lever with a motor cutoff, a twist throttle, and a controller for changing the power assist modes, and also has a button for turning on and off the light. On the right side, you have another brake lever with motor cutoff and a Shimano 7-speed shifter. Today I am on the Turris from Ride1Up, brand new bike that they put out recently. I'm a little bit late on getting to my review, but I've been busy. This bike is a kind of like a budget priced bike, but you get a lot for the money. So at the time of this video, it's going for about $12.95. So yeah, for $12.95, you're getting a pretty powerful bike with a 750 watt motor and Class 3, so lots of speed there. It's a Class 3 e-bike, which means you can pedal assist up to 28 miles per hour, but you can only throttle up to 20. My overall thoughts on this bike, it's a pretty straightforward e-bike, mainly for the road. You can do some light off-roading, You got hydraulic disc brakes. The price is right. So I think for what you pay, this bike is going to make a lot of people happy. If you're looking to get an e-bike, this is a good one to start off with. If you're not looking to go off-road and you just want to get from A to B, this is going to do it for you. Check out Ride1Up's website because they have other bikes also. So if you're not into the fat tire e-bikes, which is what a lot of them are, and you want something a little bit more street ready, this is the bike for you. Another plus with this bike compared to a fat tire e-bike is that if you do run out of juice, the battery dies on you. Being that these are a little bit more like street size tires, it'll be a little bit easier to ride back home or wherever you're going. The fenders come included on this bike. You don't have to buy those extra. They do have some accessories you can get off of their website, so you might want to check that out too. Yeah, these tires are a little bit knobby. They're fine on the dirt like this loose gravel. They're fine for some light off-roading. Here's an incline. Let's take this incline right here. No problem whatsoever. These zoom brakes are cool. Like most e-bikes, if you need to brake, they'll cut the motor, so you can hear the motor running right now, but if I pull on the brake, see, the motor shuts off. It's a nice little safety feature. So if you're looking for something straightforward in an e-bike that's like a good street bike, road bike, then check out the Ride1Up Turris. I have an affiliate link down below. It doesn't cost you anything extra to use. Subscribe to my channel, tell people about it, and get out there and ride. And I'll see you on the next one.